welcome to another episode of the Pinnacle Timeout Podcast. And today I'm joined by MSL, the tactical mastermind and IGL of North, fresh from Anaheim, boot camping with his team in Copenhagen. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. So just going to jump straight into it. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about rejoining North. Obviously, you spent some time outside of the North side playing with Rogue and Optic. How's it been kind of rejoining the team a year later?
I'm very happy to be back. It was a rough year, but also a good year. I learned a lot about myself, how to live in US on my own, and I think I just matured in a way I couldn't have done if I stayed in North. So I think it has been good for me.
Okay, and so you've said that you've learned how to deal with stuff in yourself. Are those kind of methods that you're bringing back into the North side?
Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff in both Rogue and Optic, but I think the main thing that I always bring is just structure. I always knew how I want to play and what I want to do, but every day I'm learning something new or adapting to something. But I think the key thing I took away from Rogue and Optic was how to prepare for opponents. I learned a lot and I know exactly how I want to do it. Everything inside the game with my system and so on, I have always knew what I want to do. So there's nothing really changed. It's only that you keep updating yourself to be in the meta, and that's something I always do no matter what.
Okay, so it's more personal development, would you say? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. And so are those kind of tools that you're implementing with the North side? Are you getting the team members to kind of follow your lead in that sense, or is it something else?
Yeah. I meant it's actually like team-wise with preparation.
Okay.
I know how to go into a match very well prepared and how exactly I want to do it, and that's the main thing I took in game from Optic and Rogue. And everything else I had figured out, but just updated like the meta along the way and new tactics and so on.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So something I kind of noticed, and I think a lot of people noticed, was Yobi's more lurking style, especially in Dust 2 at the two DreamHacks you've attended. Is that something that you've kind of just let him go with how he feels, or is it something that you've instructed?
It's very structured, so like it's not random where Kirby is, and every decision, like there is some freedom within what he can do, but in general it's a lot set. But yeah, it's kind of a bit freedom, but also set. But yeah, he's the lurker, and I think that he's doing a good job. And I saw him from like when I was in Rogue and Optic, and I saw he did a good job at lurking, and I wanted to make him keep doing that and not take it away from him. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So just emphasizing that role.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about your DreamHack results. Obviously, at Leipzig, first event, it was 5th, 6th. Anaheim, you got 3rd, 4th. Is this upward trajectory going to continue? Will we see you in the finals, taking that trophy?
I think we are going upwards. Like I had a going specifically on the events. Leipzig was 6 days of practice. We should have won against Heroic. You can always say should have, but it's like yeah, if you look the match, there's no doubt that we lost to ourselves. But in the end, we need to just improve from every time, and especially here in the beginning, my system takes some time to like go really in depth, and also yeah, now we are at a point where we can challenge ourselves more and get new tactics and get more fast tactics and so on, because we already remember everything else I implemented. But yeah, with the Anaheim, we just against Genji we lost with like 1 and 2 rounds on both maps.
Yeah.
when you look back on a match like that, you're like thinking, oh, this mistake, or this mistake. So it's like it's the very small things, and that's just what we need to learn and make less mistakes, and that just takes. So yeah, but I went home with a very good feeling that we are only at the beginning, and I feel like there's a lot more to come for us.
Okay, cool. So you kind of mentioned heroic there. Um, Denmark is obviously one of the most competitive regions in CS right now, with Mad Lions and heroic climbing the rankings, and also Copenhagen Flames bolstering their roster with refresh. How are North looking to differentiate themselves in this region? Obviously, you talk about your structure and how it's being embedded into the team, into the roster. Is that something that you feel will lift you above the rest of the competition?
Um, yeah, I believe so, but in the end, it's a lot about like the players on a team if you're gonna do good or bad, because you can have the best tactics, but it can still go wrong if you don't shoot people in the head. So yeah, it will come when it comes.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna jump over to Jumpy. Nice little segue there.
Uh,
Working with Jumpy as a coach, what was your initial thoughts on bringing him on board?
yeah, I think it was great to get Jumpy. He have a lot of experience from Fnatic and had great results. So I believe he have a lot of experience, and I think in the end in CS you need people with a lot of experience to really become like top 5. So I think it's great, and until now he have impressed me a lot with bringing calmness to the team and making us understand some situations that we need to do better and so on. So I think it has been overall great until now.
Okay, so is there something that you were missing that you feel he brings to the team?
I think there's different types of styles. Like Mytha was very motivating and very positive, which I liked as well. And Jumpy is more about bringing calmness and like coming with key factors that will help us. So it's like a bit of both worlds, and I like them both. So yeah.
So it's a more kind of analytical style compared to like a hype coach essentially.
I mean, they were both like analytical. I didn't
Okay.
bring so much time with Mytha because we only had like 6 days, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that Jumpy have more experience in terms of like how to fix mistakes, where Mytha was very positive and motivating.
And also North recently announced that you're bringing on Christian Engel as a performance coach. How's that? Is it the first time you've worked with a performance coach, or is it something that you're quite familiar with?
I worked with a few in the past on some of the teams, but nothing. It was never like fully committed from the performance manager. It was like you saw him sometimes, and it was not really worth it. Because for me, if people are gonna come in on a project, you do it either like 110% or you don't do it at all. And this is what I feel this time, that Christian is here 100% and he wants to do everything to make us succeed. He have a lot of experience with Danish footballers and in general like the top elite. And I think that he brings some thoughts and a mindset that is very good and something that we can learn from and take into our team every day.
Great. Okay, cool. So now just going to move on to some fan questions. Obviously, we put out on Twitter on at Pinnacle Esports. You can go follow us. We put out a request for some fan questions. Got some interesting ones. So at Muzzy5797 asks, what does AZ Life offer to the team which most people might fail to see?
Ooh, that's very negative. I didn't expect anything else. I think that Icy is the complete player. He is good at clutching. He have great aim. He is a good team player. He's good at communicating, so I think that he have everything to succeed. It's just my job and Jumpy's coach to Jumpy's. It's our responsibility to bring it out and really show. I think he have done good until now, and we just need to make it even better together with Philip.
Okay. And next one from Rasmus Holgaard, biggest North fan ever. What do you see as the biggest challenge to overcome before North finds the success that the org aims for?
I think it's just the daily work that we need to keep on doing. Right now, we are still a new team. We need to lose and learn from the losses. I think we're on the right path, and there's nothing like it will just come. It's just about working hard and working every day. Um, yeah,
Just grinding away.
yeah,
Putting it all
and
into practice.
yeah, improve individually, improve as a team, improve everything, and it's how it is in sports. The ones that improve the most are gonna be the ones that succeed. So expect a lot from every player on the team and yourself, and then I think it will come in the end.
Great. And now we've got one from Professor of HOTV fame. Thanks, Professor. Maybe a bit. He would like to get your opinions on the effect that MVP awards have. He references what Kirby said, that the major MVP affected him negatively because he was so young. Is it a positive versus negative, and how the community thinks of the individual players?
So first with the MVP, I think for me it was very positive. I have been struggling for some time because I both were not good enough individually with the rifle, but also because I took a lot of bad roles and put myself in bad situations. And it was actually the first time where I was egoistic and selfish and took the MVP. And with 14 days, I became the MVP. So it showed to me that if I put my mind to something, I can make it happen with hard work. And that was only a positive thing for me. Um, yeah, for me, it was not anything negative.
So it's just a massive
And,
kind of confidence booster for you, or like a yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next one. Oh,
What was the second? There was a second question in his, I
so
think.
yeah, he asked about the positives versus negatives and how the community thinks of
How the community thinks about.
them.
You're not sure
Yeah.
either, what it means. I'm not either.
Okay.
But yeah, let's
Okay.
move on.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. So next one, Wokao at WOKAAW asks, it's not a super technical question, but I'm interested in what his favorite moment of his career was. He also says, thanks for staying behind at DreamHack Montreal 2017 and making sure everyone got their picture signatures.
Oh, thanks.
So, what was your favorite moment in your career so far?
I think it has to be DreamHack Stockholm because we beated so many good teams and we played very, very good as a team. And I played good individually, so best moment for sure.
And then finally, at Mousegrove asks, after a couple of months since the map pool changes, how do you feel about the current state of the map pool? Do you feel like having 9 maps is viable for the scene?
I don't think 9 maps would be good for anyone actually, because right now even having 7 maps, it's very hard to keep like the all 7 maps good and make them good. So having 9 would be very hard. And also I just think that the play in game would go down a bit if there was 9 maps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at how long it's taken for Nuke to become Nuke or Virgo to become watchable or even
Yeah.
competitive. Great. So, thank you for coming on the Pinnacle Timeout podcast, MSL.
Yeah,
It's been a
of
pleasure
course.
talking to you.